back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I am super excited per usual to get into today's video because today we are doing a special pick a card on who does Spirit want you to be with, okay? The universe, Spirit, the divine, God, whatever it is you believe in, your higher self, even if that is your thing. Who does Spirit want you to, be with romantically? So I'm super excited for this one. Per usual, my Etsy shop is always linked in the description below. And pause the video if you need more time with the piles. You can always pick more than one pile. All of my readings are timeless. But yeah, we have group 1 with the Galactophane crystal. We have group 2 with the Smoky Quartz crystal. We have group 3 with the Sunstone crystal. And we have group 4 with the Amazonite crystal. So again, take your time with the piles if you need more time, if I rush through them so you can meditate on them if you need to. But other than that, we are just gonna jump right in. Alright, if you chose group 1 with the Galactophane crystal point, this is your reading. Who does Spirit want you to be with romantically? Who does Spirit want to see you with? So we're gonna get into that today. So let's get into the attributes of this person. Spirit, this is for group 1 with Galactophane. What person would be best for them? What person, what qualities does the person best for them have? This one. Ooh. I feel like you guys Spirit is kind of like, you need to be with someone fun. You need to be with someone who's also going to help teach you. And it's kind of like an interesting energy of leadership here that I feel. We got storyteller, visionary. That's funny. The beggar wanted to come out first, but it didn't come all the way out. And then mentor. Wow. Everything is lining up. So the thing about the beggar, I feel like you guys are really in a space in your life where you're like, if someone wants to be with me, they need to make it absolutely clear. They can't be afraid to worship me, to worship my body. They should love my body. They should love me. Someone who accepts you for all that you are. And that's the energy I was getting. But like I said, I didn't pull it because it didn't come all the way out. But this card did jump a few times when I was shuffling. So this one says, confront empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Exactly. So I feel like you guys may have dealt with someone before where they're like, I don't want to feel like I'm worshiping you, or I don't want to grovel at your feet. Like, but it's kind of like, I feel like you guys have felt like, okay, but if you want to be with someone, or you're with someone, you should be able to humble yourself and tell that person how much you care about them. And maybe it doesn't have to be such an extreme as a beggar, someone who's just like lost in you, but Spirit wants to see you with someone who's lost in you and treats you like a literal queen, like a literal king, like royalty, someone who can humble themselves to do so. So then we also have the storyteller. This one says the ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So I definitely get a big leadership energy with this person. They have to be open-minded. They have to be someone who can see multiple different outcomes. This has to be like someone with a very, it's coming through. It's like emotional intelligence, or like actual intelligence, like an intellectual, someone who can like tap into their feminine energy so that they can see different possibilities, someone who doesn't feel stuck in life, someone who can also be content as well. There's like an interesting dynamic of someone who can see different outcomes, someone who can, interest you and excite you. They have to be a storyteller. They have to be someone who can create a world for you in a way, because I feel like you do that for other people. I feel like you guys are very detail oriented. You may have like a Virgo Venus. But there's an energy here of you guys like liking to really impress your lovers, or it could be a Libra Venus. I don't want to start throwing out the signs because I don't want to like distract you guys, but there's an energy here of you guys creating this world for people, and they can just absolutely get lost in you and the love you provide, and it's kind of really magical. And I feel like Spirit wants to see you with someone exactly that way as well, who has the ability to now bounce off of you and create a world for you of magic. You know, like I feel like you guys really pay attention to what your partner's like and what they need, and you love them the way that is going to resonate the most with them. Let me fix this camera a little bit higher so I can have some more room. But I feel like you guys really do that for people, and Spirit wants to see you with someone who can do that for you as well. Someone who can create a world that's magical and mystical, a world that you want to be in, a relationship that you want to be in. And then we have the Mentor card, and I'm like kind of pondering how to explain this, because the way that it came through for me at first was like an energy, for whatever reason, teaching you. It feels kind of like a fathering energy or a mothering energy. So you need someone who can teach you fatherly love or motherly love, but I know that can be triggering, so maybe that's why I'm finding so much like difficulty to explain it, because it can, like, you know, kind of feel uncomfortable. But basically what Spirit is saying, you know, like for an example, if you're a feminine looking for a masculine, or just to be like completely plain, if you were like a woman looking for a man, you know, this is like an energy of someone who can tell you that's what boys do, but this is what men do, you know, and teaching you when a man, you know, says that he's really doing this, or he really thinks this. He's kind of like, your person is exposing like whatever pool of type of person they're in. So whether that's men, women, you know, a certain kind of people that you're interested in, like this person is kind of like showing you where you've gone wrong in relationships by revealing to you the truth of their gender or their pool, like whatever area they're in. And for whatever reason, Spirit is, you know, wants you to see that in this person, wants you to see that in your person. And I feel like it's because it's going to help you, even not only in this relationship, but if you decide, you know what, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, you'll still have that knowledge kind of thing. So we have the Mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Gossip, I feel like you guys like someone fun, someone who likes to, you know, share the tea with you, someone who's going to tell you what's going on in work, someone who's also going to engage in what's going on at your work with your friends, that kind of thing. Someone interested in your life, someone who's genuinely interested, like they want to hear what you have to say. They'll ask you about what's going on and things like that, and that way you can tell they're, you know, really interested. They really want to be there. This one says awakens consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust. So you also need someone you can tell your past to, someone you can tell your secrets to, and things about you that may not be so light and fuzzy, like, you know, toxic traits and things like that, and someone who won't throw that back at you or use that against you. And then the last one to come out is the Visionary. This one says capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, and willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So this is someone who can, you know, bounce off of ideas with you, but not steal your ideas, not become jealous of the success you receive due to your ideas. Someone who can also not feel entitled to your journey. You may be trying to embark on some sort of fame, notoriety, or success publicly in some way in this life. So you need to be with someone who's a visionary, someone who can see it for you even when you don't, someone who can help motivate you, but also someone who you can also bounce off of ideas from. So a very dynamic person. Bottom of the deck, we got the Engineer. This one says ability to give and create energy. It says ability to give creative energy, a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So this person has to be a very forward thinker, someone who's very rational, and I feel like that's going to combat your creative mind or your creativity. You may be someone who's very like creative, or maybe your ideas are otherworldly or really abstract, and you need someone who can kind of anchor that and then be the engineer. Like, okay, I hear what you're saying, you want to do this, this. Now this is what this looks like in the 3D. Like someone who can kind of be your other half, really. So Spirit wants to see you with someone who's very dynamic. I'm going to take this one because it's sticking up. Also someone who's not jealous of you, and I didn't want to say that because I said that in a video before on my other channel and a lot of people didn't understand it. People you are in relationships can be jealous of you, especially if you're achieving success that they are not, or if you're like, if you have the courage to go for things that they do not. So yes, it's a thing, but Queen of Pentacles in reverse, they can't, you know, try to water you down or change the way you dress, change the way you are, because again, I feel like it has something to do with, I just bumped the camera. I think it has something to do with the career that you'll be pursuing down the line, or you know what, it's giving me an energy of Chloe Bailey. I remember this live she did on Instagram where she was crying and she was talking about how it took her so many years to embrace, you know, her sexuality and like the full sexy version of her and the bad bee in her. And you know, she was crying because she was like, it took me so long to get here, guys. Like, I know you don't get it, and I know some people just flat out don't agree with it, but this is who I am, this is who I'm choosing to be, and I need to be accepted for who I am. And it just gives me that energy where it's like, you know, maybe you're trying to think of a good example. I guess I'll use Angelina Jolie as an example because she's coming up in my head. You know, so many people wanted her to, like, so many people wanted to look at her as some like super seductress, and maybe she was at a period in her life, but she had to be allowed to grow and expand. You know, her true calling, she said so herself, she feels like has been to be a humanitarian and to be a mother, and she's done that, adopted children and helped many causes. So, you know, this person needs to allow you to be fully who you are. Even if you meet them and you're super like, you know, hot and sexy caliente, they need to be able to allow you to grow into the next version of yourself. Spirit is saying you're not done growing, so you need someone who is not going to try to freeze you in time at whoever you are when they meet you, or whoever would benefit them the most, whoever they want you to be. A couple cards just fell on the floor. We got the Tower and the King of Swords. So you need someone totally different than anyone that you've been with. To be honest, I don't feel like you've been with someone like this before. And if you have been with someone like this before, I feel like they lacked one major aspect. I feel like some of you guys have that person, which is like, this person would have been perfect if they just had the engineer aspect, you know, the ability to anchor me in my ideas. They supported me. But when I was, you know, getting a little off the rails, they didn't anchor me back in, bring me back in. Some of you have dated someone who's had like 70% of this, but Spirit wants to see you with 100%. And I'm also getting a message for some of you guys. If you're feeling like you'll never receive love, if you're feeling doubtful or just worried about your journey, Spirit is saying you'll get this 100% person. And then I just heard they're on the way. So we have the Death card in reverse. Some of you guys haven't let go of that 70% person. Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. And some of you guys are trying to find yourself. So I feel like you guys, like everyone in this group is kind of at different places in their life. But Spirit is definitely saying you need someone who's going to allow you to be the next version of yourself. Maybe you already dated someone in your cool, sexy, caliente phase, but now you need someone in your motherly, fatherly, parenting phase, you know, as you're growing. Or maybe it's vice versa. You've been super repressed, so now you need someone who's going to support you and not expect you to be a mother, a wife, a husband, a father, you know. So there's definitely an energy here of Spirit saying, I want you to be with someone who is very mutable. I want you to be with someone who understands you, embraces you, and accepts you, you know, in all forms, So we have the King of Swords. I don't know why I feel like the King of Swords already came out. Did I take those two cards that fell on the ground? I don't know why I'm getting confused. Okay, anyways. If I did, I'll just explain them again. But we have the Moon in reverse and the Page of Cups. You know, Spirit wants you to be able to have kind of like a fairy tale like romance, something that has elements of magic, but also with this Moon in reverse where you're not completely confused about what matters, like where this person is. That could be physically, that could be like emotionally. You know, Spirit wants you to be able to kind of be a child in love with that Page of Cups, where you can be mystified and, you know, feel taken care of and feel like there's someone out there that really cares about you and wants wants to treat you like baby, but also someone who takes you seriously and makes it clear of their intention. And King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, someone who won't make you a lesser offer just because you'll accept it. King of Swords, a person of high integrity, a person that you can trust, a person who has a strong sense of character. What gives you a strong sense of character is a strong sense of self and integrity is, for an example, when you can make a shady business deal, you choose to make people lucrative deals. You choose to actually help people and make a positive impact on their life, even when they don't see it, and they'll accept less because they don't see themselves as, you know, maybe how you see them. Even when you can take advantage of people, not taking advantage of them is what gives you a strong sense of character and integrity. And Spirit is saying, you know, people have made Knight of Pentacles in reverse offers that are half-assed, or offers that just aren't what you deserve, or maybe they just didn't have the ability to. They were unequally yoked. Regardless, you know, Spirit is saying you need the whole thing. The full package. I want to see you with the full package. And listen, we got the Seven of Cups and the Three of Wands. So there's a little bit of an energy of being tempted, a little bit of an energy of being impatient here, where it's like it's hard for you guys to wait when you get so many offers. Seven of Pentacles is hard for you to continue to grow and build and work on yourself when you have someone offering you something right now. Maybe it's not perfect, but you fall on the idiom, well, perfect doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not your scenario though. You know, Spirit has the ability to put you with someone even better, and I get a lot of confirmation that Spirit will. So let's see, Spirit, what else can you tell me here? Wow, we got Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is a great archangel to work with if you're trying to manifest love as well. This one says, trusting heaven, you are safe, angels stand close, surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. That's crazy, because my wholehearted intention was just to do this reading to see like who Spirit would want you with, but now I'm getting messages of Spirit saying, and I want you to wait for exactly that. I want you to go for it. Continue to build yourself, continue to get in the gym, continue to stay on your health routine, continue to romanticize your life, continue to make your life exactly how you want it to be, and allow this person to come in just like magic. I attract it. Hey, let me not with the Ariana Grande, but seriously, like there's such a magical and childlike energy with your spread, where it's like you guys are the dreamers. Like I feel like you guys have a significant Pisces placement. I don't know why I'm talking about the chart so much today, but I feel like you do, because you're such a dreamer, like someone who can really, like, I feel like you guys genuinely believe that anything is possible. I feel like you genuinely believe that you are capable of anything, and maybe along the way you lost that aspect of yourself, or someone stomped it out of you, whether that's religion, a partner, your parents, whoever. But F them, because that is not your reality. That was their reality. I'm like getting pissed off for you, because one thing I'm just personally passionate about is people who are optimistic and people who are dreamers, and I feel like people deserve that space to be whoever the hell they want to be. You know, who are you? Who is anyone to tell women you got to get serious after 30 years old because you need to be focused on marriage? Like, F that. Whoever you want to be, that's who you can be. And like, same for guys, like whatever you want to do. Like, I hate when people stomp out other people's dreams because they don't get it. But we have Green Tara, again, another protection message. You are protected, cords are being cut, move beyond limitation and trust. So I did feel that before. I don't know if I really touched on it, but I was feeling an energy of some of you still attached. I think I explained it with this Death card in reverse. Some of you are still attached to someone you've dated in the past, and I'm glad this is coming through, because that lets me know Spirit's going to help you cut the cords of that relationship, especially if it's like a karmic, like one of those relationships that are really hard for you to end. We have spiritual strength. You know, your spiritual strength is growing. You're getting closer and closer. We have discontent and boredom. So I do feel that some of you guys are like, listen, I don't want to be single anymore, and I'm ready to be in my relationship. And Spirit is like, I'm going to give you that, but just give me a second. We have foundations and achievements, and stand your ground. So Spirit is definitely saying stick to exactly what it is that you want, because you're going to manifest exactly that. You're going to have everything that you've wanted, and all it really requires for you is just patience and continuing to build yourself up. Love for you guys, group 1, is going to happen very magically, and Spirit wants you to be with like the very best. I feel like there's one specific person that Spirit already has picked out for you, and it's just a matter of getting you guys in the same place at the same time. Like, I'm telling you, I feel so much pressure in my heart space. My eyes are welling up, like, and I'm fighting off the tears because I feel like your heart is about to burst. Like, you guys have so much love and you're so ready for it. You are so ready for it, and it's going to come in. We have the new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. So I see that you guys have been doing a lot of hard work already. Spirit wants you to be with the very best case scenario for you. I'm telling you. Spirit does not want you with no scrub. Spirit does not want you with someone who doesn't understand you, wants to water you down, wants to limit you. Spirit wants you to be with someone who's going to liberate you, who's going to allow you to be the fullest version of yourself, someone who's going to allow you to be set free from all limitation. We have the new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change is what it says at the bottom of that card. I don't know when I'm posting this video, but if I post it when I think I'm gonna post it, will be coming up on eclipse season. I believe eclipse, I don't even have my phone in here to look, but I know eclipse season is supposed to happen in oh wait, we may be just past eclipse season actually when I post this, but expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. That's definitely an energy, you guys, of Spirit saying like, I have a plan for you, I have someone for you, and they're about to come in. Just wait for it. And no, they may not be here next week, but wait for it. You have the discipline and the power to do so. If anyone can be patient, it's you, because you really are extremely strong-willed. So this is not the time to fold. And if for anyone, don't fold on yourself. This one got me really charged up. I love this reading so much. And yeah, you guys, you can hit me up on Etsy in the description if you want your own private tarot reading. It's yeah, always in the description. And that's what I have for you guys today. Okay, that's who Spirit wants to see you with, and I'll talk to you later. All right, group 2 with the smoky quartz. Let's get into your reading. Who does Spirit want you to be with? Who does Spirit want to see you with romantically? Ooh, I'm excited to get into it. First of all, I can't talk today. Second of all, pile 1 had me fired up. The reading was so inspiring. So I absolutely love this reading. Definitely gonna end up doing it more than once. Gotta do an updated version because this is so good. Ooh, and I love that your cards are like really confident the way that they are flipping over. Okay, ooh, what is going on? Okay, let's get into it. So first of all, you need someone with some grit. Oh, it left me so quickly, but I was hearing a quote from a movie. Now I'm hearing a different quote. This ain't no picnic bit. But the quote that I heard before was much more light. So we have the dilettante, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So you guys may be someone who you used to be super into, like maybe fashion, aesthetics. You used to be super into living in a big city, whatever, but as time goes on, you're starting to find your desires to become more and more simple. So Spirit wants to see you with the person that has the ability to balance the energy of still feeling cool, still getting to partake in the things that you love, like art and aesthetics, but in a way that doesn't deter you as a human, in a way that doesn't water down your soul, a way that doesn't disconnect you from yourself to surrender to the matrix. So like, you know, you still have to be able to experience beauty and pleasure, but in a more healthy way and also in a more clean way, I'm hearing. And by clean, it's like an energy, like I said before, of like, not super like attached to, oh, I have to just look the part so people can think that I'm an artist, you know, like, but actually being able to have art and have it be enjoyed by people, but not in a way that sacrifices yourself. So we'll continue to break down that energy, but a super complex energy right out the gate for you guys. We have the hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So you need to be with someone that can see your beauty, that can see your flaws, but loves you with them, not someone who tries to make you change and to make everything about yourself to their liking, but someone who can allow you to be like, you know, low vibrational sometimes and still see the beauty in that, like someone who can allow you to be the fullest extent of yourself. And it also says inspires creative energy to embrace good things in your life. So someone who makes it easy for you to be grateful, but also someone who can inspire your creative energy. And when you kind of get in a lull, like you need someone to notice when you're starting to lose yourself, and someone that will help you in a very soft way, you know, refine yourself. Someone who allows you to take the lead over you and who you are and still treats you like an individual, not someone who has to force you or lead you or always has to teach you something, but someone who can just kind of softly be there for you in a very firm way, soft but firm, like a mattress. So we have the warrior card. This one says strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Ooh, this tells me a little bit about you guys. Heroicism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. The part that tells me about you guys is I feel like your shadow side has to do with like tempting. You tempt your partner, you push your partner. You may be a sub, if we're talking about like in an intimacy kind of way, but definitely like a sub that likes to piss off their dom to get a reaction out of them. You need someone who has a strong sense of will, someone who's not going to fold to you, because I feel like you start to lose respect for people who also give you everything you want. So you can't just have someone kissing your butt all day every day, because then it's like, okay, well, then you may push it further and further till, you know, you've drained them, or maybe, you know, like you'll, like I said, start to lose respect for them. Like, this tells me a little bit about you. I feel like you guys are definitely, it's giving a little bit of like tempter, temptress energy, where low key, there's a part of you that loves to kind of like maybe get a rise out of people or see how far you can push people a bit. We got the child wounded, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So you may have a wounded child and you need someone who's going to be able to resonate with that, or you may have a teacher spirit and they need to be able to receive without getting offended from the things that you want to share with them. Or you may literally have a career that has to do with children and you need someone to have that same passion as you. Like if you're someone who's like an Angelina Jolie, where you want to have a bunch of adopted children, or you at least want to adopt like one children, or a part of your purpose has to do with teaching children or something to do with children, you need someone who's patient, soft with children. And it may be like in a way where it's like you need someone who just also wants children like you do, because maybe you're big on family and kids. So that one's a bit mutable as far as how it will apply. But then we have Spirit saying you need an alchemist. This one says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So alchemy, I recommend The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. If you're on a spiritual path, or if you want to start getting into spirituality, but you have no idea where to go, that was one of the first books that I read that actually really helped me and inspired me as far as like what was next for me in terms of spirituality. Like what was I going to get into, what most resonated with me. So it's called The Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy. It is a great spiritual book, and it's not too complicated. But the concept of alchemy is essentially turning lead into gold. That's what alchemy, is all about, turning lead into gold. Something that would be seen as, not worth a lot to something that's gold, something you could sell, something that people would go gaga over. You need someone who can turn water into wine, baby. Someone who can take a situation like, okay, maybe I have a wounded child, so I don't see the world so brightly, and someone who could paint you a beautiful picture. And we had a lot of hints of artistry in this pile, so I feel like you need someone who can kind of show you a world that is different other than what you've experienced, so that you can feel safe to open up with them. Now this is the one that interests me the most and kind of threw me off when it came out. So we'll see what the tarot has to say to break this down. But we have the Vampire. This one says, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Shadow attributes of this I'm going to read this time. Depleting others for physical survival, chronic complaining, or codependency. Tapping into this energy, I feel like this is all about someone who can hold you accountable. Someone who will also push boundaries with you if you allow them to. I'm hearing like that's the reality. So I feel like Spirit is saying you need someone who you can accept their shadow side. Whatever is vampiric about them, we all have a light and a shadow. As much as people want to be love and light, that doesn't actually help, because this world doesn't consist of only love and light. So it can be very damaging to put yourself in the position where that's all you expect, because you go to the supermarket and you realize there's some thugs out there, some people who ain't love and light, some wild crazy Karens on the loose, like, and they can ruin your freaking day if you don't tap into your shadow side and know how to hold boundaries, know how to stand up for yourself, etc. But this is more of an energy of Spirit saying you need to learn to accept someone's shadow side, and that's something you're going to learn through this relationship. So I feel like this relationship, or who Spirit wants you to be with, that relationship will initiate you into unconditional love, because you'll realize or truly experience or have to deal with like the hardships. And I was thinking about love the other day, and there's this song that I love, and it's an orchestra song. It has no lyrics, but the song really touches my heart. And I was playing, if you don't know, I have a son, he's 7 years old, an Aquarius, pray for me. But those Aquarius placements, I tell you, boy. But I was listening to that song in the car, and my son was like, is this a sad song? And I'm like, no, it's not a sad song, but it does have a very tense part in the song that sounds like more sad. And I don't know why something just came over me when I was listening to that song, and I was like, this is what love is. Love is, the song starts off very light, and then it kind of gets this depth to it, and it does kind of make you feel a bit sad, but it gets kind of like really just strong, and not necessarily light at the end, but just like more light than it was before, but just like kind of like, it sounds, I don't know how to describe it, but it just sounds very strong and powerful. And I'm like, that's what love is. Love is when you can fall in love and when things are great, but love is also what you look back on and you see like, wow, we made it through that. While I was able to initiate myself into a higher level of love and accept my partner, love is getting through the tough stuff, because at the end of the day, anything could happen. You could lose your home. You need someone who can be there for you 10 toes deep and whatever you have going on. So I feel like this Spirit is saying you need a relationship that can also show you where you're vampiric and where you may hold people to an impossible standard, because maybe you expect them to always be happy or feeling in love with you outwardly or always have things figured out. And also vice versa, where you can accept someone's shadow and where they can accept yours. So there's a very deep energy here. Let's see what else comes out. Someone very sure of themselves as well. Someone who's not a worrywart, but someone who is apprehensive with that 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is someone who is aware of the danger around them, but with the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Wands in reverse, it's an energy of someone who doesn't worry about it, and someone who doesn't show and surrender to fear, and also someone who doesn't expect the worst. So someone who is mindful of the reality. Yeah, there's going to be temptation, but they're not going to, feel like you're going to leave them, so they're not going to be a jealous a-hole, or they're not going to try to make you pay for their own insecurity. Someone who can say, okay, maybe I was, wounded as a child growing up, but there is still the possibility that someone could love me. You need to be with someone who, or Spirit wants to see you with someone who has come full circle. 7 of Swords, who's fought past their demons, their limitations, whatever holds them back, and chooses to remain positive, chooses to fight their battles and carry on another day. You need someone who will show up, someone who will stand up, and someone who has a strong sense of will, someone who's not going to fold to you, but they're also not going to fold for the next girl or the next guy who wants their attention at work. This is not the kind of person who's going to be like, ooh, my work husband, my work wife. No. And I feel like you'll cut up, okay, like I'm getting that energy from you guys where, try that if you want to. It's the quiet ones you gotta watch out for too. Spirit, who do you want them with? Seven of Swords in reverse and the Fool. Ooh, so someone who's already experienced their party phase. I feel like you guys may want a more of a I won't say simple life, but more of a stable relationship. Like, how can I explain this? Someone who's not really looking to date around, someone who's looking for their person. That's who Spirit wants you to be with. Spirit doesn't want you to be with someone who makes you say, I'm just open to see where things go. Spirit wants you to be with someone where you can feel they're not going to shy away if you tell them exactly what it is that you want. You can say to this person, I want a full-on relationship. I want to be with you. You know, I want a long-term relationship, or I want marriage, or I want a life partner, without having to like water it down like, oh, we can just see where things go, or oh, I'm just kind of playing the field at this time. You don't have to, you know, play this bad B or, you know, F-boy trope to keep them interested. They're just, you know, in alignment with you. Seven of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords is like kind of an energy of self-sabotage in a way. So you need someone who's past the self-sabotaging phase, who's just solely ready for love. And the Magician, another hint to the Alchemist. I freaking love it. But someone who's ready to create that life. So someone who will also not only be open to the new beginning, not only someone who can see it, not only someone who's connected to their feminine energy, their intuitive side, allowing the universe to help them, but also someone who will tap into their masculine energy and create it. So a very balanced person, someone who not only wants a good relationship, but is willing to put in the work to have a good relationship. You know, I feel like Spirit wants to see you with someone who not only has a desire to understand you through you telling them things about you, but someone who like takes action to understand you, who asks you questions, like the action, not just the desire. Because I feel like you may have dated people in the past who had a desire to be good for you, to be good to you, you know, and they wanted it. They wanted, you know, what you wanted, but the action just wasn't there, and you kind of felt bamboozled, maybe like they were all talk in the end. So Spirit is like, we need someone with the dream, but also someone who can achieve it. Ooh, we got the King of Pentacles and the Empress. That is a super hot couple. You know, I'm going to be honest. If you're a feminine looking for a masculine, Spirit is saying you need a masculine that kind of puts you on a pedestal a little bit. You know, that kind of like sees you as a bit better than them. Someone who feels like if we're talking in like layman's terms, this would be like a man who has a lot of respect and honors women. You know, a man who is very gentle with women intentionally, and he has a good relationship like with his mom, his sisters, his female friends. He's there for, you know, the women in his life, the women in his friend group. If he sees a woman that needs help, he's gonna help her. You know, someone who like really kind of like feels like this is how it should be, like men should have more respect for women. Spirit is saying, I want you with someone like that. But this could also be like, especially, you know, how you identify, depending on how you identify. The Empress is pure creative energy. That's what the Empress is, pure creative energy. So you need someone who has that pure creative energy, someone who can take your dreams and turn them into a reality for you, someone who can help you, not someone who's like, ooh, super excited about whatever it is that you want, or whatever it is that you can come up with, whatever it is that you say, but someone who's actually willing to put in that work and, you know, be that person with you and for you to achieve it. Like, you need the action. King of Pentacles, someone who has resources. You need a hard worker. You need someone who has a good job or makes a good amount of money. Someone who can support you. Someone who can allow you to be an artist too, if that's something that you're doing with your life. We have Kali Ma and Paul the Venetian. Ooh, these are interesting energies. So Kali Ma with facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. And I got that energy here with this spread too. I feel like Spirit kind of is like, this is who I want to see you with, and I'm going to put this person in your path, and we'll see if you're ready to take it. Experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So I feel like you can feel this person in your energy. I feel like you can feel that it's like coming, and it's like just a matter of time. Like, I just feel like you feel this weird energy. And it's like nostalgic. It's like a nostalgic energy. It's like watching Mean Girls, or like one of those movies from that time, like the Lindsay Lohan era. It's like watching, what was that other movie? I'm like hearing a song from one of the movies that she was in. I think something about Drama Queen or something. I don't remember, but it's just like watching one of those, you know, movies. You know how it just has that weird nostalgic feeling that just makes you feel away? I don't know how to describe it. Maybe there's a word for it. I don't know. But it's giving me that feeling. I feel like that's how you guys feel from time to time. You get bursts of energy, bursts of inspiration, bursts of love, proudness, and it's just like you guys may be seeing a lot of 10-10 as well, because it's just like this person is like, I'm hearing here, but they're coming. We have Lord Shiva at the bottom of the deck with Transcendence. This one says, rise up, honor your inner force, steps are being given, dance with the universe. Ooh, a very like, I don't know how to explain this energy. Dance with the universe is very tempting, you know? It's very tempting. It just kind of gives me like, I don't know, this weird energy shivers through my body. Rise up, honor your inner force, you know? Spirit is saying, you've worked so hard to be this person that deserves respect and love, this person that deserves a good relationship, and I really feel you guys, it is so close. It is so close. And Spirit wants this for you. This is who Spirit wants to see you with, but you do have to be patient for it. We have I heart you. Spirit wants you to be with someone who really loves you. This is what the last card was getting at. You were born with that it quality. Like there's this, when it said honor your inner force, that's like honor the inner goddess, the inner god within you that deserves a goddess to match, you know? Someone who is powerful, someone who has their own capabilities, someone who believes in themselves, someone who has the ability to not only see the vision, but to create it, not to just be like, oh yeah, that sounds good, let's do it, but don't actually do nothing. Doesn't hold you guys accountable, you know? Doesn't help you out. Like for an example, you know, this is like you're trying to go on vacation with your partner, and they're like, oh yeah, that sounds so fun, let's go to Salt Lake City, like let's have a good time. And so both of you are saving, and you're like, oh, there's this bag, there's a sale, there's this bag that I want. You don't want the person that's gonna be like, yeah, get it, bae, you gonna look good in that bag, you gonna be looking good for me. You want the person that's going to be like, but we're going on our vacation. And then also on the flip side of that, the person who is going to be like, oh, let me get this new shoes, let me get these, let me get this new game, whatever they're into, you know? You need that person that's going to be like, you know, and vice versa, someone who allows you to hold them accountable and doesn't feel like you don't control my money. I feel like you guys done been through it in relationships. Like we have they chose you. So, you know, Spirit wants the person that's not only choosy, but takes their free choice and chooses you. Someone who has discipline, someone who's not easily persuaded by people outside of them, but someone who intentionally chooses you. Not just someone who's with you and they end up with you because you've been together so long, but someone who chooses you. That's really gonna hit for somebody. You have more options than you realize. So Spirit is saying like there's different options that are going to come to you right now, especially if you're working on yourself, going to the gym, you know, looking good at work, because you're feeling more confident. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys were having like a natural draw to look better and really like, I don't know, like dress the part or look the part. The inside can trip the outside can trip the inside. Most people focus on the outside so that it can bring them value inside, but you can work on your inside and then start to feel it outside. So there's an energy here of, yeah, and we did have the equality card. There is something special on the horizon. I want to know so bad. But you have more options than you realize, so make sure you're being discerning. If it's not exactly this, honestly, I wouldn't go for it, but just be prepared for that to come through. Like I said, you're feeling that nostalgic feeling right now because something is coming, and it's like gonna attract other things in its way, you know? It's kind of like the pull of a planet, you know? Like think of Jupiter. Jupiter is electromagnetic fields. If you look at Jupiter, you know, there's a bunch of rocks and things like that making up its rings. Jupiter, yes, has rings. I just found that out the other day looking at some space documentaries. Anyways, it's like that. So we have karma on your side. So you guys are about to be rewarded. You didn't go through all that BS for nothing. Just know that. And then we have earlier disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. You guys are about to be blessed. That is what I have for you. That is who Spirit wants to see you with. My Etsy shop is always linked in the description below. If you want a private tarot reading, you can find me there. But that was your pile today, and I'll talk to you later. All right, if you chose group 3 with the Sunstone, this is your reading. Who does Spirit want you to be with? Who does Spirit want to see you with romantically? So let's jump right in. The piles so far have been very juicy, but also very different. So I'm excited for you guys, group 3, to see what comes up. Spirit, this is for group 3 with the Sunstone. Group 3 with the Sunstone. Who do you want to see them with? Ooh, someone who can make shit happen. Okay, we got the Midas or the Miser, someone who has the Midas touch, someone who has the ability to take a dream and make it a reality. We also got the Lover that came out. So I feel like you guys do desire someone who is romantic, or even if you're not the most romantic, touchy-feely person, someone who still has love for you, will not try to force more love out of you, but someone who can accept you for who you are. I'm going to take this card. The other card just kind of flew out with it. We got the Athlete, someone who's strong, and I feel like that's on a mind, body, and soul level. It's like someone who can keep up. I feel like a little bit of a nymph fairy energy for you guys as well. And if you know about nymphs or fairies, they're tricksters. They're trickster spirits. So I feel like you guys need someone who's emotionally intelligent and someone who's strong-willed, because they have to be able to see past your tricks, because that may be a part of your shadow side. You know, we all have a light and a dark side, and that may be a part of your shadow. Like perhaps you have a tendency to take things too far for people who will let you. So you need someone who can hold you accountable, keep you sane, keep you anchored, keep you grounded. And that may also be why the Midas came out, because you need someone who has the ability to anchor your ideas. Someone who's like, oh, you want to do this? Well, this is how we could do that. All right, I'm going to get one more. One more from you, Spirit. Group 3 with the Sunstone. What do you want to see them with? The Guide. Ooh. All right, let's get right into it. Let's start with the Midas, the first one that came out for you guys. This one says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold. So a bit of an alchemist. Delight in sharing life's riches. So someone who's not stingy as well, someone who has no issue spending money, but also someone who can be disciplined, like someone who can hold you accountable. You may have a little bit of a shopping habit, so you need someone who can kind of anchor that energy. Someone who can also, I feel like, be a good balance with, you know, generating enough money so you have the budget to do the fun stuff as well. But someone who's not stingy, someone who doesn't have a crap ton of money but won't give you a dime of it. Like, that's the thing. You got to be careful with these rich folks out here, because don't be plotting on their wealth, honey, because a lot of people are freaking stingy. Like, you don't want to get with someone, bust it open wide for them, give them your whole heart, and just to find out they're not going to give you nan in return. But anyways, we have the Hero and the Heroine. Passion for journey of personal empowerment. So you need to be with someone who has a passion for growth. I feel like you guys can be comfortable on like a 3D aspect level. Like you could be comfortable having a forever home, you know. You could be comfortable with stability and routine or consistency, but you need someone who's like committed to, I feel like you need someone who naturally like grows and works on themselves. Someone who like is consistent with that on their own though. You know what I mean? So you don't have to convince them to be someone who's always growing, like someone who's just naturally that way. I feel like you may have dated people before who were down with the growth that you would like present to them, like, hey, this is what we should do. And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm with that. But you need someone who's also going to initiate that growth, not someone who you always have to lead that ends up hating you because they feel like, you know, you're a teacher and you always have to teach them everything. Someone who's equal to you and someone who's like similar to you in that way. We got the Lover, great passion and devotion. Ooh, devotion, I love the sound of that. Unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So someone who's not bitter for how much they care about you. I've seen that before. It's crazy, you know, how love can manifest in unhealed people. But I've done so many readings for people, especially recently, where it's like, they're like, listen, I'm dealing with someone, I'm dating someone, and they hate that they're vulnerable to me. They almost hate that they like me. Something happened and they just turned. And it seems like now when I try to give them love, all of a sudden it like pains them. So I feel like you guys need to, you know, Spirit wants to see you with someone who's devoted to you, someone who's very loyal to you, and also someone who loves you, and it's effortless. It doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like heavy on their heart to do so. Like they're good with it. We have the Athlete. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. So if you are someone who's handicapped anyway, mind, body, and soul, you need someone who's strong enough to help you see through that, someone who embraces that and doesn't feel like, oh, well, since you have this part about you or this thing that holds you back, then, you know, you have to prove something to me. Like someone who's strong enough to see through that, also someone who's able to embrace you for exactly who you are, not someone who treats you like, oh, since you have this handicap, it's a chore or it's something that, you know, brings us down. And then we have the Guide. Also with the Athlete, you may be someone who struggles to stay consistent with your health goals, and Spirit wants to see you with someone who makes it easy for you, like someone who motivates you. I saw this super cute video yesterday on Instagram. Someone posted a reel and it was this girl, and you could tell that she was, you know, overweight and uncomfortable, and she was in the gym with her boyfriend who is very like visibly physically fit, and as she's about to start doing her reps, he just gave her a kiss on the forehead, and you could see her whole aura, just an energy changed. You know, someone who truly wants to see you do the best, and someone who genuinely motivates you, and not for selfish reasons because they just want to be with a baddie, but someone who wants you to be the best version of yourself for you and supports you on your goals. And even when, you know, you're about to fold, you're feeling weak, someone who will help you. So I love that. We have the Guide. This one says represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Now that's a very loaded energy, so that can manifest honestly a million different ways. I mean, how do you represent the divine when the divine is the all, you know? But someone who is very mutable, someone who's not stuck in their ways, someone who could be whatever you need them to be in that moment. You know, Spirit wants to see you with someone who can't just support you in one way, but who can support you in all ways. And then we have the Storyteller, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So this is an energy, ooh, this is interesting. I just heard communicator, and now I'm hearing communication. So you need someone to be able to express how they feel to you, or express what they need to you in a soft way, in a gentle way, in a way that doesn't feel forced, in a way that doesn't feel like brute, in a way that you can receive it. So someone who's very creative in their communication. You know how they say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So there's an energy here of, you know, Spirit saying, I want to see you with the person who is going to be creative in their approach, because you may be very sensitive. So let's see what else comes up. We got the Fool and the Seven of Swords. That's funny because we got this in pile 2, but the Seven of Swords was in reverse. So this is very different for you guys. You need someone who still has room for growth. I feel like Nine of Wands in reverse, you don't have it all together. So you need someone who doesn't try to force you into whatever box is best for them. Someone who allows you to grow, and someone who still has their own growth to do. I feel like growth is also a part of your purpose. Like you have realized in your lifetime where you like to grow spiritually and you like to learn new things, and you need someone who's also like that. And we did get that with the hero or the heroine, you know, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. You need to be with someone who doesn't have it all together, someone who isn't trying to be perfect, and someone who can kind of grow with you, not someone who's necessarily already set in their ways and they're just like, okay, you can, you know, I'll take you in, put you here, you can be wife, you can cook, clean, and pop out babies for me, you know what I mean? Or, you know, I'll put you here, you can be my husband, the provider. You need someone who's going to treat you like a whole soul, not someone who's going to water you down to this 3D experience, but someone who can grow with you outside of this experience. There's a very galactic energy here where I feel like you guys are very deep. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands in reverse and the 5 of Cups. So I feel like, you know, Spirit wants to see you with someone who is slow with you, someone who is understanding, someone who is kind of healing too. I'm getting this healing energy, not someone who's trying to rush you, someone who understands that you have to take time to build a solid foundation. You know, not someone who's just gonna say, be excited and not, and that's the thing, like, you know, when we get in these relationships, a lot of relationships we end up in because we just resonated with that person. But the truth is, you're going to be able to resonate with every person on this planet at some level, you know? And so it's easy to fall in love with someone that you don't like take the time to make sure has the practical aspects that you need to see in a partner, you know, to be with. So Spirit wants to see you with someone who you can really feel comfortable with, but both of you are comfortable and both of you kind of have the same idea, like, okay, we need to take our time to get to know each other, take our time to open up to each other so things don't fizzle out as quickly as they fizzled up. But I feel like you need someone who mutually shares the point of view that that is the best way to go about a relationship, because otherwise it's going to feel like, you know, someone's just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they get impatient because they were waiting for you, or they decide, you know what, screw it, I don't want to wait anymore. You know what I mean? You need someone who genuinely feels like it's the best way to go about it to go slow versus someone who's going slow for you. And there's a difference, and the difference is, like, if their motivation is outside of themselves, not something that they believe in, not something that they truly want to do, that may cause them to scrap the whole thing. You know, you need someone who's gonna see eye to eye with you and be a team player. Someone very sure of themselves as well, someone generous, someone very giving, someone very patient. And I also feel like someone who doesn't rush to give you everything that you want either, because you can maybe like lean towards being a bit of like a spoiled brat, or, you know, perhaps you lose respect for partners if they just give you everything that you want right away. You need someone who's going to make you earn their love. We got the 2 of Cups in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. Someone who's going to say, yeah, we feel all the feels and this feels great, but in the beginning, we are building a foundation from the ground up, from page position. We're not building a foundation on our love. We're building on our foundation to get along, building a foundation on our, you know, emotional connection, on our understanding, full understanding of what the other needs, not just what the other wants. We all want love, but what do you need? Do you need a disciplinarian? Do you need someone who communicates to you in a certain kind of way? Someone who can communicate to you through symbols, you know, or through, like, you know, behavior? Or, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely a heightened energy here where I feel like you guys are looking for forever. And the Page of Pentacles is someone who's fully open to the journey and maybe doesn't know everything, but that's the whole point of your spread. It's like someone who's willing to grow with you to the victory. So I feel like some of you guys may be like, but I'm not going to get the love. You guys, that's that part of you that this person is going to help you tame. Because in the past, if you're honest with yourself, you've skipped a lot of steps. A lot of the important questions that needed to be asked, you did not ask. Because as long as you could get that love, you were good, but you weren't good. It was not good. Because that relationship, you know, didn't stand the test of time. You know, you end up finding out, okay, yeah, I have a lot of love for this person. I feel attracted to them. I have chemistry with them, but they do not have the qualities needed to be a life partner, child. And so, you know, Spirit is saying you need to be with someone who can confidently go slow with you. Someone who makes it easy for you to go slow because you don't feel like paranoid that they're getting bored or that they're going to leave you or anything like that, because they genuinely feel that this is the best way to go about it as well. So someone who's a team player, very sure, very grounding. I love this energy. All right, let's keep going. Spirit, who do you want to see them with? We have the Queen of Cups, the Hermit. Ooh, this is an interesting energy. And the Two of Swords in reverse. Someone who will not ignore the elephant in the room. Someone who will also not take advantage of the fact that you won't say something. There's something here about communication, group 3. You guys may want to work on your throat chakra. Ways you can do that is you can meditate. I like the YouTube account Meditative Mind, but it's better if you can find something on Spotify, I do believe. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube compresses audio or not, but still the ones on YouTube do work. I do use them, but I think it's maybe a little bit more potent if you can find something on Spotify or some other music streaming app. But there's something about communication here, and this could be something that you've outgrown, but now you're going to have to apply it. You know, you're going to have to actually communicate with your next partner and tell them what you want and you need. And I feel like a lot of you have grown to be able to do that. But this person, even when you feel scared and you kind of like, you know, don't feel like saying something, they'll say, oh, you didn't like that, right? I can tell. No, I can tell. You don't feel comfortable with that? Okay, I won't go. You know what I mean? Like, say, you know, you're dating someone and their coworker that is like, you know, seemingly attracted to them is like, yeah, let's see you outside of work. And, you know, your partner brings it up to you like, hey, I was going to go out to work, you know, I was going to go after work with, you know, whoever, so-and-so. And you make a face, but you don't say anything because you're, you know, you have a history with it, you know, you have a history with doing too much or doing too little. So you're trying to think and take your time, but it initially makes you uncomfortable. You need someone who's going to pick up on that, and they're not going to take advantage of the fact that, well, you didn't say anything. You know what I mean? Some of you guys have something going on with your throat chakra where you're like recovering your throat chakra. So now you do communicate your boundaries and things like that, but you need someone who can still kind of like, even when you're slipping, they don't take advantage of you, you know? Okay, so then we have the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. I feel like you guys like someone who's consistent, someone who likes routine, someone who likes to stay in the house. You guys may be a homebody. The Queen of Cups is Cancerian energy. I am a Cancer, and baby like to stay in the house. I used to like to go out, but now I'm just cool in the house. I really am. So I resonate with this energy hardcore with that Queen of Cups there. But yeah, I feel like you need someone who takes time to connect with you in a very spiritual kind of level. I see you crisscross applesauce in front of your partner that's also crisscross applesauce, and I'm seeing you guys touch heads and just kind of like sit there holding hands, feeling each other's energy. Very spiritual connection. Like, you need your partner to check in, you need to feel them. And Spirit wants you to be with someone where you can do that with. I don't know why that just like turns me on to think about, but that sounds like the best experience ever. Like, I want to do that. So anyways, let's see what else comes up. Spirit, who do you want to see group 3 with? Who do you want for group 3? I just heard no, you have not met this person. For I want to say one of you, there's a coworker. He has like pale skin and dark hair. His hair is like not shaved, but also not long enough to put in a ponytail. Spirit is telling you to wait for that person. Ooh, y'all need to pay me. Listen, y'all need to start paying me. Because see, when I start seeing folks and prophesying, I'm going to need my payments for my services. No, I'm playing. But for the most of you, I don't feel like you've met this person. Definitely haven't been in a relationship with them at the bare minimum. This would be someone you have not pursued romantically. That's just something that came out. But we have Lady Portia with Divine Order, and then Horus with the Cosmic Gateway. Lady Portia, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Interesting. I feel like you're going to learn a lot through this person, but I also feel like you're learning a lot through this period of time in your life. Things have been slow, or you may have had a lot of fear lately that things weren't going to work out. And that's just not true. We have Horus with the Cosmic Gateway. You may be seeing some 1111 or gateway numbers, a lot of ones. Maybe even 1010, 999, 555 even. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Also, if you're seeing 444, I know I'm saying like all the main ones, but if you're seeing 444, Spirit is telling you specifically through that angel number that you've already built the foundations for the future that you want. So if you've been doing different magical things and it hasn't manifested yet, Spirit is saying with that angel number 444, the work that you've done, the foundation that you've built, is supporting your future, bringing you into this cosmic gateway. So just because it hasn't manifested doesn't mean it hasn't manifested, if you know what I mean. Like, there's this energy of like, as above, so below. You've already manifested this in the ethers, you know, through meditation, through spell work, you know, through moon magic, things like that. Let it come down to you in the below here on earth. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Something about your thoughts have created this for you as well. And shoot, I'm gonna pull a couple from here and all right, pull a couple from here, and I want to pull a couple from here too. Ooh, we got the new moon in Taurus and the fixed moon. Prosperity lies ahead at the bottom of the new moon in Taurus. At the bottom of fixed moon, it says hold your vision. So keep on keeping on, you guys. I feel like you've received a lot of downloads from your angels, your guides. Like, your guides have been very active in this journey behind the scenes, and you may, like, I hear somebody's guides wanting to come through right now, but someone's guides are spicy. Like, if you, I feel like they have kind of like a Jersey accent. If you have any family in Jersey or anyone that's passed, or like if you live near Jersey or New York, that area, that kind of accent, is that East Coast? Like that East Coast, someone from the East Coast, your guide is coming through and they're like basically saying you need to put some respect on their name. And you'll end up thanking them like by the time you get your manifestation. But it's like maybe a Boston accent. Like, I've been doing all this work in the background and you're not even seeing my vision. And like someone's going in. It feels like an uncle. We have Hubba Hubba and Start Where You Are. So things are about to heat up for you. Start where you are. This new start, like, it could be you going to the gym. It could be the new start, you starting a new job, you living in a new way, seeing the world differently. If the world feels different, it doesn't feel the same for you, that could be a sign of this. I just saw 222 on the clock. Further confirmation for romance. But yeah, some sort of new start is what's bringing this in. I'm so excited for you guys. Love in spite of it all, and not two flowers are the same, yet they are all beautiful in your own way. I feel like your journey has had a lot of twists and turns, and Spirit is saying commit to love in spite of it all. Don't self-sabotage, because even though you're in a space where you're still learning with that Seven of Swords, and so is your partner, Spirit is saying still commit to loving it like the process of love itself, because this is for you. And it's coming through, you guys. I'm so excited for you. That is what I have for you. You can hit me up on Etsy in the description below. If you want your own private tarot reading, you can always find me there. But yeah, that's what I have for you today, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 4 with the Amazonite, this is your reading. Who does Spirit want you to be with? Romantically, of course. So let's get right into it. Let me fix this light. All right. For group 4, all the piles have been different today. All the piles have been very different. Spirit, this is for group 4 with the Amazonite. Who do you want them to be with romantically? I'm apprehensive on taking that card. Kind of like that one. It popped up, but it didn't pop all the way out. See, this one flipped over. So I can be confident about that, but I'll take it. And we have those. Well, let's see. Oh my God. So this is a very interesting person. This person, yeah, shapeshifter. Let's start there. The shapeshifter, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. You guys, I feel like when you try to explain things, you may become long-winded, or you may get lost in the sauce. You may literally get tired when you're trying to explain things, because You're trying to take a non-3D concept and anchor it in this dimension for people to understand. So Spirit is saying, I want you to be with the person that is going to understand it through the feeling. It's like you could just say a few words and just kind of be like, you know what I mean? And they'll get it. Like someone who just follows you. Someone who just follows you. And I feel like you've, been with people romantically who kind of just see you as this alien. People who just don't understand you. We have the Artist card, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Yeah, I feel like you guys are a bit stoic, or you're it's like Hermit card energy. Like you guys are people who like to explore consciousness, you like to explore the unknown, you like philosophy, you like bouncing off. I feel like you guys, Spirit wants you to be with a partner who can bounce off ideas and concepts with you, someone who can follow you easily and understand. Also someone who can challenge your thoughts and your ideas with their own thoughts and ideas. Like you need someone who can see the symbolism, or who can like hear feeling type of energy, you know what I mean? You know how people do like those little gifts, and it'll be like, I don't know, someone like with a funny expression, and someone in the comments will be like, that person is tasting the music right now. Like that kind of energy, like someone who feels things beyond normal senses, someone who can understand things beyond normal senses. Now we got the Victim. Let's get into this. This one says prevents you from being yourself. Sorry, no, it doesn't say that. Prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So you may be someone who they need to kind of enlighten and help show you the other side to what you've experienced or felt. Someone who allows you, like, it's giving warrior energy. They're like, you're not a victim, you're a warrior, because you can see past this. We all come here, and we learn hard lessons. And I feel like this person is very tactful. Like they'll be like, okay, say you lost your job, right? They're like, I'm going to allow you to feel this for 7 days. I'm going to allow you to mope. I'm going to allow you to eat whatever you want. I'll take care of the house chores. But after the 7 days, we're going to go back into work mode, and we're going to find you a new job. We're going to, pick you back up. And like, I feel like they're very tactful. Like they allow you to feel what you need to feel. They give you the space to feel, but then they go into action mode. And you may be someone who feels like you can't catch a break, but some of that, not all of it, some of it has been a manifestation of you feeling and believing that you can't catch a break. Once you start to believe that and feel like that's just your life, you start to attract other things in that frequency, or you start to solidify that frequency. So this person is a really, really good motivator. We have the Pioneer, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So this person is going to show you a whole new world. It's giving like, why am I blanking on the name of that movie? Aladdin. It's giving Aladdin energy, where it's like this person has the ability to show you things that you've never seen before. I'm getting a very anchoring energy from them, where it's like you guys are very creative, and you guys are very larger than life when it comes to a mind aspect in some way. Very interested to see how this folds out for you personally. But some way this person has the ability to take what's in your mind and make it your reality, like make it something that can be lived out in the 3D. So maybe you have these like otherworldly concepts of love. This person has the ability to translate that and make it, like they have a way to engineer it and make it something that can be lived out and experienced. So there's like these feelings or these ideas, these concepts that you have that you want to feel, and it's energetic. I feel like you guys are very spiritual, or you're very energetic, like energetically connected to yourself, your highest self, parallel realities, universes. You guys are like shapeshifters, as we had. I feel like you guys have, what's that called? I've been seeing a lot of people doing this lately, like timeline hopping. That's not what it's called though. It's something shifting, reality shifting. I feel like you guys have done that, where it's interesting. It's hard to explain. Now I'm hearing Paradise by Coldplay. She ran away to her sleep. You may have like crazy dreams, and you may spend a lot of time sleeping, or sleep may be your favorite part of the day, because you get to explore a reality that you can see in a way in the 3D, like when you're awake, but it's not actually happening, if you know what I mean. For those of you who that resonates with, that'll resonate. But let's keep going. So we have the detective, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Spirit's saying you need to be with someone who's going to push you to be vulnerable and open. Someone who, no, it's fine. They push further, you know, and they're not just going to keep pressing you and asking you. They're going to, I feel like you need someone who's very, did we get the detective? No, we didn't. Oh, that is the detective, duh. You need someone who's going to like look deeper within you to figure out the truth of how you really feel and what you really think. Someone who's going to challenge you, someone who's not just going to believe the world that you create. And that may be something that you've experienced in relationships. You've created this world. I feel like you just being around people is a very magical experience. People, they start to believe like that they're limitless, and they start to believe that, you know, the world that you see or that you experience is real, but you need someone who has the ability to anchor that, and someone who has the ability to kind of see through when you're just avoiding the reality that needs to be addressed by kind of creating this world. I don't know. There's definitely a very deep spiritual energy here with you guys. And then the last one we have is the vampire. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. I'm feeling something about like boundaries and family. I feel like your family is used to asking you for money, or your friends are, you know, they kind of use you, to be honest. And I feel like you have the ability to see the bright side in anyone that, you don't mind, but your partner is like, no, it's a respect thing. And also, if this happens on a higher level, it can actually be very damaging. I feel like there are some things that you've accepted about yourself, like I'm just a nice person, I'm just a giving person, it doesn't matter to me anyways. I know I can always get it back. You genuinely believe that and have experienced that to the point where, you know, you don't shy away from giving, but this person, you know, feels like, no, people need to respect you though. It's a respect thing. You can't allow people to, you know, they don't take you seriously, or they, you know, you gotta maintain balance and boundaries so people respect you. You need some, Spirit wants you to be with someone who doesn't allow you to fold on your boundaries, and also doesn't allow you to fold and to give people what they want. This person is going to help you be a strong partner, period, even if it negatively affects them. So like, for an example, if you're someone who doesn't have very strong boundaries, or you always give in, this is like, oh, what do you want to eat tonight? And you're like, sushi. And they're like, never mind, I know what I want. Let's do Mexican. And this person is going to challenge you to be like, you know, and maybe you'll say, okay, yeah, let's do Mexican. This person is going to be like, no, let's not do Mexican. Let's do what you did first. You see what you did there? Like, and even once you start to use these boundaries and you have more boundaries with them, they want you to be fully in your power. So they're not just gonna, you know, build you up for everyone but them. Like, they, even if it, you know, negatively affects them, they want you to be fully in your power. So this person is very supportive, and they want you to be the best version of yourself. Page of Cups in reverse. This person is going to help you grow. And I feel like this person is kind of helping you to remain in the 3D. There's something about the 3D. I feel like you guys, you may have a lot of ideas, and then you may start to get into analysis paralysis, or people have a hard time understanding you because you don't explain to them fully how you're feeling, or you kind of look at things in a way that kind of comforts you. You know what I mean? Like, there's an energy here of this person kind of forcing you to face the facts. Like, for an example, if they talk to you rude and you say, they weren't talking to me rude, they're just direct in their communication. Like, if you make excuses for your partners and things like that, they're gonna call you on when you allow them to do too much, you know? So there's a very interesting energy with this person. I'm like, I don't feel like I've ever seen this. Like, someone, it's just so rare. Someone who literally, like, most people, honestly, they're if they can get best case scenario for them, that's what they're gonna have. But this person wants you to feel powerful. They want you to see how powerful you are in this 3D dimension, so you don't have to always escape. You know, this person wants to also create your own little world between the two of you through like directly addressing what you experience, what you've been through in other people. They don't want you to check out of this 3D existence. They're like, we both have things to achieve in this 3D existence as well, so you have to be here. You can't run away. You can't just shape shift out of everything. So this person has a very anchoring energy to the 3D specifically. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse and then the Magician, so they don't run away from hard work. They're a master creator. This person has a lot of grit, a lot of determination. They're not someone who's easily, like runs out of energy, not someone who easily gives up. Yeah, we got the Strength card at the bottom of the deck, so they have a lot of strength and determination. Spirit, who do you want group 4 to be with? But also someone who doesn't know it all and has space, you know? This person is a really good balance. I feel like when it matters, that's when it matters. When it's fine for you guys to escape, they have no issue with living in another world with you. Like, I'm getting like a little bit of an energy of like some ceremonies you guys may take together, or some like, how can I say this without getting my stuff flagged? I feel like you guys may try things together. I'll just leave it at that and leave your imagination to go wherever it wants to. But you may try to, you know, like, you know, drink something or do something that will kind of allow you guys to have these spiritual experiences. There's like an energy here of you guys going on a retreat together or something, and really kind of living this hippie aspect of your life. It's like that's something you guys get to do with each other, like every few years. Like you go on a spiritual retreat and, you know, you have these ceremonies and stuff like that. There's an energy of being anchored. Like this person has the ability to make it so you can live both worlds, have the best of both worlds. And at the end of the day, Spirit wants you with someone who you really get along with, someone who accepts you for you, and someone who really allows you to be your fullest self, someone who you have a genuine romantic connection with. And as I say that, I'm looking out my window and a bunch of yellow birds, literally like in a pack of 4 or 5, just flew right by my window. And yellow is a card of transformation, and now I see them just kind of like in the trees around my area, and they're just kind of chasing each other and living together. And it's like, you know, this person, Spirit wants to see you with the person who allows you to be uniquely you, as weird and you know, otherworldly and like ethereal as you are. You know, Spirit wants you to be with someone who you don't just get to charm, you know, because I feel like that's been a really joyful experience for you, but someone who can also help you genuinely and charm you, and someone who can anchor you in the ways that, you know, you don't specialize in. There's nothing wrong with the way you naturally are, but this person like gives you, it's like they pick up where you lack. And going back to what I was going to say, I feel like you guys like you charm people. Like there's this energy of you being very charming. There's an energy of you being very much so someone who you love the process of people falling in love with you. Like you love people getting to experience you and just be kind of like in awe of you. And a lot of people, I feel like I don't feel like you've had that many relationships. Some of you have, some of you haven't. I'm hearing 3 though. You may be seeing 3, 3, 3, but I'm hearing 3, as in 3 relationships. And I feel like a lot of people just kind of observe you, and that's like the whole fun, you know, for them. So, you know, you may have lost out on being able to experience some relationships because of this magical energy that you hold. So we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is someone who works for the relationship, someone who gives you something real that is so good and so genuine. 2 of Cups with that World card, like everything, so that you don't have to run away. I feel like you guys need someone very special because you are very special, unique, and different. And Spirit is saying, like, being with someone completely of the world who's like a realist, who doesn't understand the spiritual, or who isn't open to it, who doesn't have the capacity to think that way, would just kind of water you down or make you feel like you're living a fake life, like in a simulated reality, because it doesn't resonate with you to that extent. You need someone who has the ability to humor you a bit and even commit to living that out with you as well, you know? But everything in order, everything within reason, you know? It's like they anchor all of those qualities about you. So we have Lady Portia with divine reason. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. I feel like you're going to learn to balance your 3D reality and then your other dimensional self through this relationship. We have dual with Dharma unfolding, so that's really exciting. Remember that you are on the path to take one step, or that you are on a path. Take one step at a time towards happiness. Dharma is kind of just like the good experiences, like kind of like the rewards that you get in life, like the things to be excited about, you know, like whereas karma is like, okay, you did something, so here's the negative effect, or here's, you know, spirit balancing the scales. Dharma is like that life joy type of stuff, the good stuff. And we have Archangel Michael. You may be working with Archangel Michael, or he may be a spirit guide for you. This one says, trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. So spirit is saying you'd be surprised at what can manifest in your life. And I feel like you guys are big on manifesting. Like you have the ability to manifest things naturally because you just have such a creative mind. So it's like you're visualizing 24/7, and you bring a lot of things into your reality that way. But now spirit is giving you someone, and I feel like spirit really wants to put this person in your life. So I do feel that this person will be put on your path. And then we have Gaia with the earth connection. Oh my God, that's crazy. I was saying that and I almost said this person may be an earth sign, but I didn't want you to commit to like, oh, this person is an earth sign, so they must be this person. You know what I mean? I don't want to like put too many restrictions on who this could be, but I almost said it. Don't you hate that? When you want to say something and then someone else says it or something like that? So frustrating. But be mindful of the planet, come back to earth, stay grounded. Exactly. This person doesn't want to stomp out your creativity. This person doesn't want you to live for them like you're freaking Harley Quinn. This person wants you to be you in all your essence, but they also just want to give you that part of you that you don't naturally resonate with. This is a very specific pile, and we do have Amazonite, which is a very, I've always felt intense energy from Amazonite. It's a very ethereal stone. I find like when you hit a roadblock, that's when I like to reach for Amazonite, because Amazonite gives you that other perspective that you just didn't see coming, just that other like perspective out of nowhere. Or that like when you need like a breakthrough and it's looking like it's down to the wire. So this is, it doesn't, yeah. I love how everything kind of comes together. So we have the balsamic moon, a time for healing. And I feel like, you know, people may have misunderstood you, or they just didn't embrace your truly unique quality. And spirit wants you to be with someone who can heal you through not, you know, like through allowing you to live that out, admiring it and resonating with it, living that out with you, but also giving you, like, they're really your other half. And then we have the new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. So someone who can make you feel safe. You may, I'm getting like a childhood for someone where you moved a lot, or your family is really unreliable, like your mom or dad is always switching jobs. You always have to move, and sometimes it's like very last notice. Just like some of you guys don't have the best, like growing up, like the best consistency or role models. And something that this person will specifically provide for you is stability and safety. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. You can find me on Etsy in the description below per usual if you ever need a private tarot reading. And that is what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon.